seeing just about everything. We're actually stepping it up a tier for this next matchup here. We're going to Veteran, which is the tier directly above Rival. Of course, we're going to have Sub-Zero once again looking to get a championship tonight that we just saw them lose 4-1 in the Rival Championship. The Arctic Wolves facing on the Cobras. So this is going to be another very interesting matchup. Of course, Sub-Zero came into today super hyped, having two teams into the finals. Can one of them finally secure that dub for the franchise?
I have to see. We can see the journey both teams took to get here. So on the left side of our bracket, that's where the Arctic Wolves came in. 3-0 sweep in their first round, 3-2. So they actually had the full gamut, right? A sweep, a game 5, and a game 4. So they got to experience the whole way here. And the Cobras, they had 3-1, 3-0. So they had a slightly easier round. But actually, I've got a fun fact for you, Visionary. So once again, the Cobras, they're our first seed overall, top of their conference. The Arctic Wolves, they're the 13th seed in the regular season. They were only 5th in their conference. So this is an absolute Cinderella story.
Yeah, we got St. Peter's coming out. If you're a fan of college basketball, the 15 seed in the March Madness tournament made it all the way to the Elite Eight where they dropped. So is it the time for the Cinderella's run to end? And the chalk, as we typically call it with college basketball, the one seed to come through and finally take the dub, or is it going to be that Cinderella run coming to completion here for the Arctic Wolves? It's going to be interesting to see. Once again, you say that the 5 seed in their conference coming in trying to make it strong. It's going to be very interesting to see. We're going to take a gander at the stats, of course, a little bit different than the last one we saw. Last one, both teams had more than 40 wins. This time, 42 for the Cobras, only 35 for the Arctic Wolves, just 6 games over 500. But for right now, that doesn't matter. These numbers do not matter. All that matters is this best of 7 that's about to happen on the pitch.
Yeah, that was happening on the pitch, and I think the numbers that matters most to me is the player numbers because that tells you who the all stars are. That tells you who's kind of had a quieter season. And I was looking at the expanded stats as well, hopefully getting those up quickly for you. Nighthawk is actually, or he's starting for the Cobras tonight, top 5 in the league for shooting percentage. Dread is top 4 for demos and top 3 for amount of overfill stolen. So the Cobras are just such an aggressive team, and actually we'd see their lineups for tonight. So the Arctic Wolves, we're going to have a Dead Moose, Viper 15, and Brave New World. And for the Cobras, Flossie, Nighthawk, and Dread. I like teams that have a solid 3 because you know what they're going to bring to the table.
You certainly do. And Brave New World is actually a former teammate of mine. So love to see him still making waves here. I think this is the second grand finals that he's made that I know of personally. So good on him for coming through and doing that. He made it with my team in Major when it was still called Major. Back in, I believe, season 10. It was a while ago. So it was definitely a fun season. Love him as a teammate. He's a very, very passive player, very third man oriented. You love to see him. He's kind of that tactician on the pitch. And it seems with having 39 or 36 assists being his main stat that he's still kind of orchestrating that offense for the Arctic Wolves. We're going to see if it happens versus the number 1 seed of the Cobras. You see those stats, 41% for Nighthawk, insane Flossie with 68 goals. You know what they're going to bring to the table.
And I mean, we were talking about offensive plays for the Arctic Wolves. A Dead Moose, 103 saves in 62 games. And I got another fun fact for you. He's actually number 1 in all divisions, in all leagues, in all players, in all seasons. He's the number 1 player in RSC for Savior medals.
That is nice. I have to say, Dead Moose has been here a while, though, brother. We know that he definitely has been able to rack those up across multiple seasons. Is Dread not going to get the touch in the midfield? Flossie's going to leave that one for Nighthawk, who takes a controlling touch over to the side, a little pinch out to the side as well. Brave New World going to win the challenge in that long car once again. I'm liking the car differential we're seeing as well. It's not all Octanes and Phoenix. It makes me happy to see as Brave is going to bang this one upfield, looking for a Dead Moose. He's back up on this one. It's going to be a shot on target. Flossie's going to be able to get that one away, and Nighthawk has a read almost immediately as Viper is going to cut this one off, and it's going to be hit away by Dread once again. A little bit of a reset, but Nighthawk says, no, you don't need a reset. We need a shot on target. It's going to be saved up by Viper 15, and the counterattack begins. Is Dead Moose too thick? Now it's going to be placed off to the side, and that's how we start off the game. 4:10 remaining, still notched up at 0.
I mean, this series is just so fast right out of the gate. It is making the rivalry look. Wait, actually, this is just an open net off a kickoff. Can break with a finish. No, he can't. And I saw a kickoff. I meant from the midfield. That was a good chance for the Arctic Wolves, but they're not able to find it just yet. And this is good. I wonder if this is going to be a repeat of last series where it was just back and forth, crazy high amounts of shots, and then a long overtime. Because in this raid, that's what it's looking to be, as both teams just we're seeing a lot of solo plays, but not any coordinated passing plays.
Not yet, but you got to remember it is game one, so we're still in that feel out stage right now. And I have to say, the one thing that I'm looking at the Arctic Wolves right now that I'm seeing so far is they're not outmatched speed-wise, right? That was my one concern coming into this. Coming in as the 5 seed, can you keep pace with the 1 seed that you know loves to just keep pressure on the entire time? Right now, they look like they have no problem with it as another shot comes on net. It's going to be saved out by Flossie, who secures his corner boost. Going to be played over to the side. Dread taking a 50 as well. Flossie going to look for a glancing blow. No, he's going to fake it out. Dread's going to put this one just wide in Brave New World with a strong clear over everybody and their mother, and Viper's there to collect. And you see the Arctic Wolves go up 1-0 with 3:04 remaining.
What's Viper doing on the Arctic Wolves and not the Serpents? We're gonna have to talk about that turncoat on the field, but he's doing work for the Arctic Wolves. Great positioning, and you have to give credit to Brave New World, the booming clear to your teammate that's up there. See, that's the difference between the leagues sometimes is, a lot of time you see booming clears to no one, but when you get to the high level play, you see booming clears to teammates who rotate through the mid boost, and that's what you're expecting to see from this higher tier, or this higher skill tier. And now it's on the Arctic Wolves. They just need to hold on, keep the pressure up on the Cobras, not let them string anything dangerous, and taking game one, that's good for your momentum.
It certainly is, but there's still more than half a game left, so we can't say anything about taking game one just yet. As a nice bump comes out, Brave's going to clear this out to the side. Flossie's going to look to stay on this. No, he's just going to bail off. Viper taking control right now in a 2v1. Going to leave this one for Brave, who's actually going to win the challenge off of the corner. It's going to be up high. Brave looking for demos, can't find it. Here is the counter attack coming out from Dread, but it's going to hit the post once again. We've seen the woodwork be clutch in the rival series. It's also going to be clutch in the veteran finals. Here's Flossie, sends another one high, gets a bump on one. Nighthawk's going to find it through, and that's how you get some offense for yourself going. You know what? If you can't find the net, hit it high, let a teammate come in and remove some defenders. It's a beautiful play in his side 1-1.
And I love Nighthawk's aggressive rotation here, right? He was on the backboard at the start of that replay, starts leaving, he sees immediately where the ball's going, and he hard cranks the e-brake, turns 180s, and fires that in. So great awareness out of Nighthawk, punishing that opening that his teammate created.
I mean, it's a phenomenal job as a Dead Moose tries to take a dribble. Not able to find much there as this is pounded back into the blue corner once again. It's a big clear. Brave New World actually can't make contact, but Dread doesn't have the best touch. Nighthawk has actually pre-jumped this one. Gets 2, but it's going to be Viper to clear it out once again. Dead Moose up on this, not able to find the touch, and neither is Dread. Flossie's going to be a bit awkward, plays it over to the side. Brave bearing down on him, but can't find anything as Flossie is still up right now, shooting that way across the pitch. Viper here with a controlling touch, but is going to go right into the wings of Nighthawk. Haha, pun intended, as Dead Moose is on the backboard for this one, looking for the dunk. He's going to find it as well. 1:30 remaining. We're still notched at once.
We had we had Birds and Jets last game, and now you're saving the Wing Kongs for that series.
Got to do it with the player names, bro. Got to do it with the player names. You can't do it with the franchises. Those are already predetermined.
Okay. I love to see it. You love to see that from Dead Moose. Again, they just both times that last goal we saw punishing the backboard read and Dead Moose, no one there to challenge it. Just gets there before 2 players from the Cobras. You can't afford to leave those openings at these ranks where just everyone's playing so fast.
Yeah, and you can't. You're exactly right. As Brave is there right now. Here's Viper 15 getting a touch. It's going to be Dread turning aggressively here after he secures the boost, gets a touch, trying to get it around Moose, not able to, as this is going to be played directly to Brave, who's going to get a good touch right there over to the side. It's going to be cleared out, and here's Viper going to beat one. Dread's going to have this touch for certain as it shoots off to the left side. Dead Moose waiting in the wings. It's a decent touch right there himself, but Nighthawk already up on this one, booming it downfield. Here's the opportunity. Dread with a pre-jump, not able to find it. Viper's going to be able to get the touch off the backboard. It's still going to be awkward, and Moose is going to get it away, and right now I'm really loving the rotation for the Arctic Wolves.
Yeah, as soon as someone goes for the ball, you see the other guys step up to be in a position to follow up immediately. They're not rotating out, they're not ground boost, they're just going for the ball because they need to go for it and need to go for it here. Great job by Brave New World. Pump that wide for a Dead Moose there. Now they got a 2v1, but no, Moose did not have a lot of boost to work with, and he kind of gave that away. But with 20 seconds to go, a 1-goal lead, you can just run the clock down and get some booming clears.
Well, you can't clear it out when Nighthawk is going to take a 50-50 like that one, as this is still in front. Brave taking the great 50 himself, but Dread's going to keep this in the corner. It's dangerous. It's down in front. It's actually on target. The Viper's going to get the touch, and he clears it off of his own crossbar, as this is still over the top right now. Nighthawk trying to get his team an opportunity. Flossie keeping it live. Dread can't get there, and neither can Nighthawk, and Arctic Wolves are going to start off with a Game 1 win.
And what a game one win at that. Those saves could have been heart-wrenching, but they made them. And Viper, man of the game there. 1 goal, 2 saves, 4 shots. And you got to talk about that last save there. That is so crucial because, getting forced into overtime by the last couple of seconds, that unnerves you so much. So great job holding on. And now we've got to ask the question, I mean, it's game one of a best of seven series, still plenty of time to go, but what changes are the Cobras going to make, or are they just going to, or, are they confident in what they've been doing so far and they just need to, work on that shooting?
I mean, shot totals are even, right? The thing that stands out to me is there's 6 shots on target for the Cobras. Only 4 of them needed to be saved. So I don't think you really change anything here. We always talk about game one being that feel out phase. I don't really think they played a bad game of Rocket League there. Just a couple bounces didn't go their way. I say you keep trying to play your game that got you here. If you go down 2, then yes, it's absolutely adjustment time.
And actually, I realized right away all the players read it up. So you're exactly right there, Visionary. They don't want to take the time to figure out anything. They're not trying anything new. They're just saying, GG go next. Let's keep this series rolling.
Keep this series rolling. We will right now as we're looking at game number 2 of the veteran finals for RSC season 13. Get up and get loud, chat. We love to see it as this is going to be played over to the back corner. The kickoff that you were loving to talk about so much, but unfortunately going to be cut out almost immediately as Flossie is going to beat out Viper, but the shot is going to be wide. We're going to be starting out quick right now with some possession for the Cobras, looking to assert their dominance over the number 5 seed in the Arctic Wolves on the other side. As there is the dominance right there from Dread. That's not a 50-50, that's 100-0.
And there you go. The first shot of the game is absolute gold. Dread reads the backboard play quicker than Brave New World can. And those ones are always so hard because you're coming into the goal line. You're not quite sure where it's going to bounce. So unfortunate positioning for Brave New World, but they do have plenty of time to work with. But if they get scored on a kickoff, that's real. You never want to be down 2 goals in the first 30 seconds. So they need to hold on. Need to get a good clear here. But it missed it. A dribble from Nighthawk. Good passing play, but actually Drake can get the finish. No, Dead Moose diving across, making the save. He is so crucial for the Arctic Wolves defense.
It's not the best clear. It's kind of just lingering, and it's going to be a double commit as well as Nighthawk taps us down looking for a teammate. Dead Moose is luckily going to get the clear there. That one was definitely dangerous, but they're able to get away with one. Are the Arctic Wolves as this is over the top right now. Nighthawk can't find it. Neither can Viper, so we're going to reset just a little bit here as the pressure in the midfield continues. It's a great crossfield pass from Brave New World, but it's going to be cut out because Dead Moose can't get enough sauce on the shot as this is pinched off the ceiling, headed the other way. Viper's going to get credited with the save. The demo coming out on a Dead Moose, and there's not a lot of boost to be found right now for this Arctic Wolves team as Dead Moose actually turns around because of the miss from someone on the Cobras, but it doesn't seem to matter. No, Viper's gonna get that one away as the Cobras are bearing down right now, but they can't find another goal to pad their lead.
Yeah, Viper, great job turning and just diving again for the save. And Heroics, actually, wait, that could be a pinch mid. Oh, Flossie putting out the sidewall. I don't think, there's not gonna be a shot. They're getting a chance to counter attack, tries to go for the redirect, but Nighthawk's here to put off the backboard. It's their fault from Dread. There is a slow bounce put to the corner. And now Viper, now the Arctic Wolves get a chance to counterattack, but no, Nighthawk charges in there and keeps the attack going for the Cobras.
And it's going to be lofted in front. Dead Moose going to get a touch here. Flossie's going to get a 50. Viper's bumped out of net, so this might be a 2v1 potential as the rotations are reset. It's going to be killed out, though, as Nighthawk sends this one back off the backboard. And, I think the Cobras, even though they got an early one, right, with just the kickoff goal, essentially, I want to see them passing more in the midfield. They really like to see that corner play. They really like to try to take advantage of the backboard. But right now, it's being dealt with extremely well by the Arctic Wolves as a Dead Moose actually going to fight through the bump attempt and get a save right there as Viper gets bumped off the ball. Nighthawk's going to clear that to the opposite side. Brave's going to be caught out here. Do we have the double tap potentially? We do, but it's off target for Flossie.
Oh, Flossie overturned his car. He should have just gone up and turned upside down, and it would have been gold. But you still got a lead to work with. You still got the pressure. You're pounding in their own end. Dead Moose, good booming clear. See, but this is kind of what we're talking about, right? When you're on the counterattack, you want to pass it to the side of your teammates on, or hold on, just a miss in the corner like that. That could be dangerous. But when you're clearing out Visionary, clear to the side your teammates on, not the side the opponent's rotating to.
Yeah, if you're not doing that, you can always take a dribble and just try to hold on to possession instead of booming it away to the other team as Brave has to make a touch here, and he is able to. Again, nobody able to follow up that lead. The midfield lockdown right now for the Cobras has been extremely strong. There's another miss on the back wall. Luckily, Viper's going to be there. He has a lot of boost to work with as well, and this one's in front of the net. Brave's going to beat out one, but Dread turning immediately, putting a pot shot on net, going to be saved out by Viper as it goes over to the side. Here's Flossie once again playing off of that corner, going to be read out by Dead Moose, and you see how their offense just stalls stalls whenever he gets into the corner, and they need to find something because you can't be comfortable with a 1-0 lead right now versus the Wolves.
You can't be, but I mean, to be fair, the Wolves have only managed one shot in almost 4 minutes of gameplay, so they've been struggling to attack, and they're running out of time to do so. And of course, as the clock ticks down, the pressure starts building up, they're going to start going for more and more desperation plays, and that gives the Cobras a chance to punish.
We're going to see if they do as Nighthawk is up, pounding the backboard once again. Brave's going to clear it back out to his corner. Is somebody going to be there? No, it's going to be Dread hitting this to the midfield. The pre-jump right there, read by Brave New World. Viper chasing this ball down, but Dread's going to cut it out from under him. He's going to take the dribble, and Dead Moose has to respect his positioning, but he's going to take the 50 right there in the midfield after his teammates start finally getting back with them lockdown. This looks like, if you play Valorant, this looks like a Killjoy lockdown. They're just stuck in their own half. They can't do anything at all right now. 3 players are detained, and the dunk comes out from Dread, and it's going to drop for the Cobras.
And that has to be the nail to coffin. A goal at this time and this much, and Kevin Moose just hits it right into the Dread, who was just flying across for some reason. But hey, I love the aggressiveness, and when you catch your opponents by surprise, that's how you can get these crucial 2-goal leads, because 2 goals puts you out of range of a quick kickoff goal, and actually right off a kickoff, they could find the 30 or Nighthawk trying to touch it down, not able to, but it's bouncing in front of the net. Flossie will push it just wide. That was real close to being 3, but it's not out of the woods yet for the Arctic Wolves.
Certainly isn't right now as Brave trying to get a touch here. And I mean, I just need to see some kind of offense here. You got to get some momentum going right now if you're the Arctic Wolves, because you've been completely shut down this game, been on your back end the entire time, and getting your corner boost stolen right there after a challenge by Nighthawk is not going to add to your progression at all, as this is stuck out once again. Brave has to turn around on this one. He also has to avoid a bump as Flossie just slow plays this, realizing the time that he has. Beats out one as I have the hiccups. It's beautiful to see. This is played up to the midfield. Nighthawk looking for Flossie on the backboard. Dread sitting down. Does he have the opportunity? He does. Actually, Dead Moose, can he catch it? No! That could have been it, but it is not. They cannot get the feel-good goal at the end per se, and it's going to be the Cobras tying up the series at 1-1 and effectively completely shutting out the Arctic Wolves. Now, you asked me what they had to do different after game 1. I didn't see anything different there, Cicero. I'm going to be honest with you. They just continued applying pressure, and the 50s rolled their way that game, and they locked the Arctic Wolves completely down.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I think for the last minute there, we didn't even see the orange side of the field. The Cobras just penned in the Wolves, who only managed 1 shot in 5 minutes. That it tells you so much about the Cobras defense and how much they're pressuring the Wolves, because when you only have 1 shot, that means that you're not getting any long shots, that means you're not getting any solo plays, that means you're not even able to get through the corner. So the Arctic Wolves just struggled to counterattack and effectively get out of their own end in a clean manner. So I wanted, we mentioned this in the veteran series or the rival series that we saw earlier. I want to see them go for passing plays out of their own end. All right, that's how you beat that crazy tight midfield defense, is by dissecting it right away and not waiting until you're in front of their net. So I want to see passing plays from the goal line and not when you're stuck in the other team's corner.
Yeah, I mean, the Cobras are essentially able to park the 3rd-man bus right behind their own midfield line. They were just hanging out. They're like, yeah, so you're going to clear it. We're going to scoop up that clear, and we're going to continue our pressure. And until the Arctic Wolves find a way around that, they're not going to be very successful in this series, because the Cobras played it to a T. They let every clear come to them. They held possession. They just kept throwing it off the corner, and eventually they built enough offense. Now, I did criticize them for kind of stalling offense in the corners, but it really didn't seem to matter at the end of the day, because they were able to push it through. They got 2 goals, and they literally just locked them into their own half. Now, that is a good kickoff win to get the momentum rolling for the Arctic Wolves, however.
Good kickoff, but oh my god, that was a dangerous pinch too, but that goes just wide. Brave New World putting up the backboard, not able to get the follow-up though. Another 50, so the Arctic Wolves got some good pressure, but of course, as I say that, now they're getting counterattacked by Dread. Trying to get through the corner of that corner. We love so much the cast about Visionary is dead. Was putting up the corner for Brave New World. No, he's going to leave it for his teammate. And Viper's a Brave. Viper cannot get it under the crossbar though, and Dread will clear it out just wide. Good attacks by both teams, but we stay even for now.
And that's what I love to see right now, is the fact that there's already a shot on the side for the Arctic Wolves. I think that's massive. There's a second shot coming in from Viper. Could Dread get this? Yes, but Dead Moose is going to shove that one in. He hit the gem. He doesn't care who's in front of him. That ball's in front of the net, and it's going to find the back of it.
Oh, and Dread not able to get the touch he wanted there, hitting it with the bottom of his car, which, as we all know, is the dead zone. Not managing the flip reset either, and so now the Owls, I mean, that's their first goal in 6 minutes of gameplay. They've already tripled their shots from last game, so they're looking much better already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They still got 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that double commit in the midfield might stall out some of this as Flossie's going to get a decent shot off of the side. Dead Moose is actually going to win this challenge, but Dread already sitting there up top of the backboard, just sitting there waiting, just being patient as Brave New World gets a touch, but it's not the best one, causing his whole team to rotate back. A lot of space given up in the midfield, but Dead Moose is going to beat everybody and their mother to this ball. Can he get the double? No, but it's going to be pitched in front. Nighthawk is massively awkward. Brave New World looking to continue the offense, only plays it off the corner, and Nighthawk should be able to clear this one away.
Good clear, and now it's on the Dead Moose. He has to control as well. That's a dangerous touch, though, bouncing on the backboard, but Brave New World cutting across. I'm liking Brave New World's positioning. You know, he's been quiet on the scoreboard, but he's still positioning well and clearing well and covering his teammates' little mistakes. And I see that again. Viper putting off the sidewall, but Brave New World is there now. Long shot. Dread has an open net to work with. The demo play from Nighthawk created an opening. And we see once again the Arctic Wolves struggling to get good touches on defense.
Yeah, I just kind of got to wonder what Viper was doing there. The thought process through the mind to go straight for the mid boost when you're still, on defense. I understand that you need boost sometimes, but the pads are there for a reason. You got to learn those boost lines. You got to take advantage of it. And when you're not, it becomes easy pickings like that. Just one demo play literally opens up everything in the world for the Cobras, and it works out pretty well as Flossie already pre-jumps this off the sidewall. Runs out of boost. Viper doesn't get the best touchdown. Here's Dread looking for the low shot. Not going to find it. It's going to be a scramble back, but Nighthawk is going to be able to bring it around town just like he's SpongeBob.
Good job there, and also I like that position from Flossie, but oh, he gets dunked as I say that. I was just going to compliment Flossie on pulling off so his teammate can get the ball, but Nighthawk, we were talking about defensive mistouches. You see Nighthawk, he touches it once and then just loses the ball, and Brave New World, who's challenging Nighthawk off his own backboard, punishes that.
That's a big punish right there for Brave, and like I said, he was that exact kind of player beforehand. He was really the orchestrator, he was the rotator, he was the one that was always in the right position when I played against him, or with him I should say, so I'm glad to see him still continuing that right now as the offensive part and the demo aggression is coming out. Shot from Dread, it's actually going to be hit off of Nighthawk into the net. Nighthawk is flipping off of the back of the crossbar right here, gets the touch, Dread hits it into him, and it somehow finds the net.
Now, I actually want to watch a replay because I think that shot might have been wide. I think it was heading towards the post, and Nighthawk actually redirects it in. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know if it was the director camera angle, but either way, what a banger goal for this. What a banger goal for them to come back into this game and tie things up. And, I mean, now it's all tied up. It's effectively just a half game.
Yeah, it certainly is a half game. We're basically starting off at square one once again as Dread's trying to be a nuisance in the midfield once again. And I mean, I'm going to agree with you here. I got $25. That shot was actually wide. Director Cam, it was hard to tell. I know it was hard to tell for you guys at home, but I'm telling you right now that shot was definitely going to be wide, and it somehow found its way home thanks to Nighthawk, as this one is up. Nighthawk has the read. Dead Moose is going to be there. Little pinch with Viper, going to switch field, but Flossie has 100 boost to work with. Tries to air dribble this one. First touch way too hard, but he's going to get back to it. Tries to put it on net. Dead Moose is going to clear it directly to Dread, who puts a pot shot on net. Are they going to find anything? Where was the defense as Viper is somehow able to get back in time? Beats out one here. Not going to be able to beat out Flossie. Doesn't have enough boost for it as the rotation back is happening. Flossie gets the read. It's going to be in front. Is it going to be saved? Viper! Are you kidding me? He flies in with a reckless abandon and gets it off his own post and out of the net.
This defense from the Arctic Wolves is the shakiest thing I've ever seen, but they're holding on somehow with some miracle defending. Still even, and now just a minute 20 left on the clock. Viper, oh, that's a pinch high of midfield. 2 players up from the Cobras, and they do get the extended play. Now I'm trying to pass in midfield, but Dread, a bit slow in a secondary rotation, still gets the dunk though, and now the Cobras get a chance to keep the counterattack going. Flossie though gets beat, but Dead Moose centering it for Nighthawk, who has to bail out of the aerial. Oh, nice little catch in the corner. Looks probably going to try and pass it. So, pass it the wrong team, maybe, as it gets cleared wide.
Yeah, it does get cleared wide, and right now it seems like the Arctic Wolves are just they've taken that deep breath and they've been able to kind of collect themselves, because we are seeing the ball a little bit more in the orange half currently, as it's a great dunk right there by Nighthawk coming out as well, as Brave is going to clear this one down the pitch, looking for Viper on the send, not going to be able to find it. Brave New World having to chase back. Somebody just grabbed Boost in the midfield. It was going to be a Dead Moose who's able to get back in time as he loses the challenge right there. It's going to be Viper hitting this to the midfield. Brave is there with the shot, but it's going to be directly at Nighthawk. The first offensive opportunity they've had in a minute goes by the wayside as the Arctic Wolves are not able to get the lead here, but Flossie actually hits this one back. Dread playing the bump, the fullback role, as Dead Moose doesn't have a lot of boost, just going to flip this one up over to himself. Can't find it though. Brave New World going to secure mid and hold on to possession.
Yeah, and with 10 seconds to go, this is golden goal territory. Nighthawk will put off the backboard, but good clear by Dead Moose. Flossie again off the corner. We've gone side to side now, and the Arctic Wolves are penned in their own end here. They need to get a player up for there. They can. Good goal, I'd say, and we are going to overtime. Game 3.
Game 3, where series are made and broken. We're going to see who comes out of this one as Nighthawk puts it on net. Viper's going to have an answer and gets bumped. Does he have this mid-air challenge off of the bump? No, unfortunately he does not. He's not able to find a lot of boost either, but Dead Moose gets a great double touch. Brave's not going to be able to win that 50. They're just kind of chilling out here in the corner once again. Are the Vipers. This is where they love to strike. Is this going to be over one? It's a triple commit. The goal is wide open right now. It's all up to Brave to get this centered in time. Can he get around it? No, it's going to be Nighthawk diving back in time. Able to get that one, and Dead Moose not able to get the touch he wants off the start. As this is going to be in the midfield. Viper's going to take it. Dread's going to get credited with the save as Dead Moose continues the offense and the boost steal over in the corner. This is going to be huge for the Arctic Wolves, but Nighthawk going to send this one downfield. Ooh. Dread, if he wouldn't have touched that, that might have been just directly into the net. Fortunately for the Arctic Wolves, they're able to get away with one.
Yeah, that was a kind of crazy dunk, but oh, what a good clear, and Viper cannot get the read though. Nighthawk beating 2 here. Trying to get off the sidewall, 28 boost to work with. Slow little air dribble play off the sidewall. You like to see that Brave New World. Now trying to touch down for Dead Moose, trying to drill. Will get beat by Flossie. Going for their own little solo play. Will get pinched midfield. Nighthawk trying to pass the Dread on the backboard. Dread trying to pass it down to Nighthawk. Not Nighthawk gonna get there. They can't. Oh, goal line save from Dead Moose. And now the Arctic Wolves get a chance to counterattack, but it's kept in by Dread.
It's a great job by Viper there, taking the 50-50 as well. Takes the second 50. Brave New World getting bumped off of this. He's going to be the last one there. It's going to be a double commit once again between Moose and Brave New World, but Dead Moose going to stay on this ball, not able to get that touch as Brave secures 100 boost, but it's not going to be the best touch. Viper's going to be awkward. He's already jumped this. Does Flossie have the double? Flossie with the double touch to put them up in the series, and the Cobras are going to go up in the series 2-1.
And Flossie is just so clean there, putting up the backboard perfectly, rolling out of the hip perfectly, double touching it perfectly. That is one way to win in overtime. That is the kind of play that gets you hyped up and gives you that momentum that you can carry throughout the series.
Yeesh is all I can say right there. I mean, you put Viper in the most just impossible situation to his last man back. Flossie already up on that ball, beating him by a country mile. Not going to read the fact that he's going for the double touch, and Flossie is able just to nail it home and deliver the Cobras the lead in the series here. Of course, in this veteran finals in between the Arctic Wolves and the Cobras. Looking at the stats right now, 6 saves down the board for the Wolves. They tried their darndest. Unfortunately, not able to match the speed or the shot totals of the Cobras.
Yeah, when you get outshot by twice as much, right? 12-6 there. That is that's a beatdown. And so the Arctic Wolves, they held on. They had a lead for a long time, but the Cobras just tenacious, striking when it mattered most. And in overtime, that shot from Flossie, not mechanically insane, but in overtime, that added pressure, knowing that if you miss here, your team's gonna be thrown off rotation, knowing that if you score, you can be the hero. That puts so much pressure on a player. We've all missed shots like that.
All the time.
He was stone cold and finishes it.
He's got ice in his veins, bro. I could look at that in free play and still miss it somehow. I could promise you that. And that's the definition of no pressure. This man in the finals just delivered his team a lead with that beautiful double tap. Perfect placement. Does not get any better than that. You definitely love to see it. As I think we looked at the stats long enough, guys. I think it's time to get into game number 4. I think everybody is ready. I know we're ready back here. Thank you so much, chat, as always, for joining us as we continue into this best-of-7 series. Of course, in favor of the Cobras, 2-1 right now. And Cicero, now that we're 2 games in, now that it's game 4, that Arctic Wolves could potentially be put on match point here. What are the adjustments they need to make to be successful?
Yeah, the pressure's on them, and I want to talk about their defensive rotations because they look so awkward at some points. You had players just diving across the net, forced to make saves. You had, I think, Viper hitting off his sidewall twice and no teammate there to follow up. So you have to get more careful touches. And Flossie, ow! Okay, that was actually a bit of a miss by Flossie. I think the Arctic Wolves get a little lucky there. And a double commit though. See, this is what I'm talking about, Visionary. Just on defense, they kind of look a little scuffed. They need to communicate better and just have one player go for the ball solidly.
Or, this one could just fall into the net potentially. Yeah, that's how that works. Great backside demo right there, of course, by the Arctic Wolves. I believe that was Viper who gets the backside demo. Everybody committed up, not allowing that lockdown to continue. And I noted before that the way the Cobras play, they basically just park their third in the midfield line, and they just want to hold pressure. If you get rid of that midfield, the 2 are typically going to be up far enough to where they can be counterattacked. They execute that flawlessly.
And Visioner, that's another adaptation you can make to teams that are doing a full field press like that is, I call it defensive demoing. If you demo the third man or the second man, they don't have a follow up, and you can get away with those booming clears and those kind of heavy first touches. So that's also another adaptation you can make. And now the Snowy Owls, we're starting out the Owls. The Arctic Wolves, we've seen the Arctic Wolves have a lead before. 2 games in a row now for Novice, or no, this game, first game, and it gets tied up really close. So I want us to be able to hold on to it this time and hold out against the tenacious Cobras.
The tenacious Cobras, the spinning Cobras of offense, whatever you want to call them, they are here and they are in the lead in the series right now as Viper is able to get that challenge at least. As Dead Moose is going to get dunked here. Brave is going to be awkward. It's all of a sudden the Doomsy Dish coming out from Dread ties the game at 1.
Wow, and he recovers so well from that bump in the midfield, charges the second man and beats the third man. Dread just doing all the work. And you see it there, no assists. He did all the work there, beating all 3 players on the Arctic Wolves.
The mechanics coming out from these, I mean, this tier is literally below mine. I'm sure all these kids could beat me in a 1v1. That doesn't seem to matter. The mechanics from these tiers, that Doomsy Dish was surefire. Everybody knew that was going in on the pitch. It was a great touch. As Dread looking for another one of his own, going to find a nice dunk. This ball's going to be lofted in front. Flossie not able to make the touch, but he's going to fake it out. Nighthawk, however, does not get any sauce on that one. He lost the mustard at Costco. Not able to pick it up as Viper tries to get a flick. Not going to happen here as Brave gets a 50 out. There's the demo. Backside is going to be open, but Nighthawk does not get the touch he's looking for as the boost gets stolen from Viper. He's not able to turn around on the ball. Going to give some more pressure over here once again to the Cobras.
And I've already seen 2 unforced double commits out of the Arctic Wolves. They really need to communicate more on defense. Yell who is going for it. Like, I mean, we hope they're doing that here. Viper trying to pass it to Brave, but he gets put to the corner. But just communication on defense, Vision, that is so important to making sure you don't double commit and that you can conserve the little boost that you can manage to get.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, obviously having a caster on your team, like, I communicate for everybody and their dog. Some teams don't have that, though, and you have to respect it, but you have to get that familiarity. If you're not going to be one of those teams that are communication heavy, you have to grind, and I don't know how this one goes, and we're just going to watch it happen once again, because Flossie misses this ball entirely. But it holds off Viper enough, who's coming off of the back wall. And then after the flip is over, he's just like, oh, I'm going to barely glance this ball over the top. We're going to see it go in. The Cobras are going to take the 2-1 lead. But like, if you're not going to communicate all the time and you're not going to have those comms, you have to have that familiarity at least. You've played a lot this season, but it doesn't make it easy as Brave unfortunately turns off of this ball and it's going to go straight into the net.
Oh my gosh, the Arctic Wolves defense is falling apart. First Viper awkward on the backboard, and now Brave New World awkward on the backboard. They need to solidify their defense, Missionary. I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's because we keep seeing this again and again. Poor third man positioning, awkward second man positioning. They just keep getting beat in their own end.
Yeah, and I really hope for my own sanity as well. That's just a great shot. My God, Flossie. All right. I see you. This isn't a double commit. This isn't any bad defense. Viper does what he can, knows Brave is going to challenge that. Unfortunately, Brave just has flat car problems, not able to get on top of that. And Viper tries his darndest to get back on that ball, gets a touch, but unfortunately can't avoid putting it in the back of the net.
That is 3 goals in a row now of just awkward positioning, but you have to give credit to the Cobras, right? Because, defensive mistakes are one thing, but being in a position to punish those is a completely different thing. So good job by the Cobras being aggressive and capitalizing on these openings. And, because they're being so aggressive, that means that they're trusting their third man to play solid defense. And oh my God, another opening by Nighthawk. Visionary, this needs to stop, man.
This one is what I like to call Moses parting the Red Sea. Flossie isn't able to get the double touch. Everybody's expecting him to, so nobody's in position for the secondary challenge from Nighthawk. Who knows if he called faking? We're not in comms, but we're going to see it. This game, we can pretty much chalk up already. 4 goals for this Arctic Wolves team does not seem feasible with the amount of offense that they're currently putting out. Now, I've seen crazier things happen in Rocket League, like for instance, G2 actually won a LAN again, the first one since E-League in 2017. But at the end of the day, it's going to be on the onus of the Wolves to be able to find some offense here. And with the way their defense is looking, it's going to be hard to transition into offense they're so desperately needing.
And although the game might be out of reach, it's still important that I think you get the last couple goals in the game, because that gives you momentum, that gets you feeling good, because this, and the way that they've conceded goals is just so demoralizing. So the Arctic Wolves, they're running out of time. But I mean, something to keep in mind, Visionary. It doesn't matter if you lose 5-1, 6-1, or 7-1. You lose the game. So I just want to see them. We're talking about this in the last series. Be aggressive. Just try different things and see what happens. Because now it's not the time to get complacent and take it sitting down. You actually have to try and change the game before it gets out of hand. Because you're going to be on match point in just 57 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't want to see history repeat itself, but when Brave and I were teammates and we made the finals, we did lose 4-1. So I don't want that to happen to the man. I want to see the Wolves find a way to get back in this, but Flossie right now is just looking too strong. It was going to be just wide. However, Nighthawk looking to keep possession. They're just looking to burn out the clock. He's going to land on the ceiling. He's going to try to do some crazy stuff. Fortunately, not able to get back to the ball. It's going to be up to Brave to save this one. Fortunately enough, it goes off the crossbar. That's a triple commit. The offense is open. It's going to be up to Viper. 1v1 right now. Flossie bearing down on the back, and there's just not enough boost in the tank to be able to get that one on target. And it's kind of just how it's felt for the Arctic Wolves this entire series for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, especially this game, right? Those 4 goals in what felt like 30 seconds, and oh my god, here's the 6th one. We are possibly facing up Brazil, as Dread will pick up his hat trick, 3 for 5 shots, and oh my god, just check the scoreboard, Visionary. The Arctic Wolves are getting outshot 14-2.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that one up at the end of the game because unfortunately for us, the viewers have eyes as well as ears, and it's very easy to see who's winning this one, my guy. No offense to you, but Jesus, the Cobras just throwing down the offense as the pinch comes out from the midfield. Dread's up on this. Moose is going to be able to get it away, but we're at extracurricular activity at this point, and it is now over. The Cobras going to go up 3-1 in the series on the back of a 6-1 victory in game number 4.
Yeah, if this was ranked game or casual, you'd just say GG, go next after that one. But this is a series, right? The Arctic Wolves have to make adjustments. And I mean, we can see none of the players have readied up, so they're going to take this full minute, hopefully, to sort out their defense and just reinforce the fundamentals. Strong communication, clear communication, and fundamental third man positioning.
Honestly, I don't care about any of that for this team. I'm with the Arctic Wolves. I know it's finals. I know there's a ton of pressure. Just go out there and have fun, boys. Like, just go out there and have a good time. Like, at the end of the day, we're playing for trophies in a Discord channel. Like, just go out there, have fun. We all love this game. Give yourselves the chance. Is Vipers actually going out? Are they making a substitution?
Oh, I mean, that is possible. So Viper would be subbing out for Constance. So... okay, that is one adaptation you can make. I mean,
that is certainly one that you can do. I mean, it's not something that's obviously expected in a finals. Most people have kind of a 3-man rotation that they have set, and they rock with that. Or 3-man or a woman. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying just a 3-man rotation. But bringing in a sub on match point, this is one of two things in my mind. It is, we're throwing in the towel, let's get this man a game, he's going to have a lot of fun, or they legitimately believe that Constant could flip this series around for them. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens here with Constant and how he performs, because you have to remember, it's not like you're playing ranked games in the background either. You were coming in cold.
Yeah, I mean, always the question when the substitute comes in is, how are they going to affect the rotation? We don't know how much warm-up Constance had. Has he been playing games while the series has been going on? Has he been seeing a free play? So either way, his inclusion in the team will create completely different rotations, and while that might throw off the Cobras, it could also throw off the 2 Arctic Wolves players who now have to adjust to a different third man. So I'm really curious to see if this works out for them, and I really hope it does, though, because they're on match point. They need to win 3 straight if they want to take this series.
I think everyone here would like to see more Rocket League, and they have the potential to. This might be flick past Flossie, but it is not. Dead Moose is going to kill that in the midfield, but he's third man. Huge pinch coming up from Flossie as well, but has no boost to chase, and Brave answers back with a big booming clear of his own as this is over in the side right now. Going to be cleared off. Constant is going to have the first touch. He's not going to have the second over Dread. He decides to challenge anyway, kind of throwing himself at it, and this is not going to be a good situation for Brave New World right now. But a double commit on offense, a rare one for the Cobras. Going to give them some free spaces. Brave New World once again booms it down the pitch. I'm not really seeing a lot of possession, a lot of control whenever they get the opportunity to hold on to it in the midfield. And I feel like that's one way to beat out the Cobras, because we know their offense is so good, Cicero. They have to hold on to possession when they get it. It's a great pass by Brave to Constant to start off the attack.
Oh no, good dunk by Dead Moose. That's still bouncing from the net, and Constant keeps it going. A high bounce can break it. The dunk is still off the backboard. Dead Moose again, smacking off that same backboard. 4 shots off the backboard, but no finish quite yet. Good pressure from the Arctic Wolves. That is what you want to see when you're coming with a substitute, but it looks like the Cobras are responding right away.
They certainly are, as Brave New World looks for a second touch. Not going to be able to find it, as Constant is not going to get a touch on that as well. Dead Moose looking for the dribble out. Going to be 50-50. Brave New World awkward, deciding to go whether to go to the backboard or not, but Dead Moose is going to bail him out. That's a good double commit right there on the side of the Arctic Wolves. Able to get that ball away, keep it in the midfield. Brave New World trying to put a rocket of a shot on target. He actually clears up a lot of space for Dead Moose, who again does not take the dribble. He opts to bang it into the corner, and they lose possession almost immediately.
Yeah, those are the ones where you want to control the ball, especially when you got zero boost like that. Hold that thought. Brave New World putting up the backboard, but Dead Moose did not jump from a good placement, not able to find it. And actually, this is a bad double commit from the Arctic Wolves. Now the Cobras will get a chance for a 3v1 for a couple seconds here. But Brave New World just charges in there, beats two players, letting the Arctic Wolves get a chance to counterattack and getting a demo too. But Flossie will get the clear. That was some heroics of Brave New World, but we stay even, and half the game's gone by.
Half the game has gone by, and it hasn't been the offensive onslaught for the Cobras. So, I mean, regardless of what happens in this game, I would call the substitution a success so far, as Nighthawk gonna even 50 challenge that one down to Flossie, who's gonna get it back to the corner that the Cobras so love. This is not the best touch right there from Brave. Dead Moose gonna be able to bail them out, as Constant is up on this one, gonna win the 50. Dead Moose is gonna be there. There's a lot of green real estate in front of him, but Flossie gonna avoid the demo and get the save, and he's up for the counterattack as well. Holds the flip for the last minute. It's Brave New World off the backboard, keeping this at 0-0 for now, and Brave plays it to the middle, looking for Dead Moose. The counterattack, and they fight it. No! Saved by Flossie again, and somehow, some way, the Cobras find a way to stay in it.
Keep in mind, last game we saw was a 6-1 slaughter from the Cobras. The Arctic Wolves are looking so solid. Both teams are not giving an inch.
Yeah, I mean, you give an inch, the Cobras will take a mile, so the Arctic Wolves are doing a very good job of holding on right now. We're going to see what can happen as this goes over to the left side. Brave New World not able to make contact. Once again, flat car problems for the man, the myth, the legend, Scott Sterling. As this goes over to the side, here's a Dead Moose. Going to be able to get the touch, gets the 50, lands on the sidewall, but Flossie's going to be the first one to this one by a country mile. Here's a redirect from Dread. Gets it over into the box. Dead Moose is able to get it away. And right now, the Cobras are starting to bear down. It's all up to the Arctic Wolves to communicate and actually get out of this onslaught that the Cobras are starting to bring on.
Once again, off their backboard, Dead Moose, that's a soft touch, little shot from Nighthawk. It takes Constant back, flipping across all three players from the Arctic Wolves, trying to counterattack, but they can't get out of their own corner. Constant putting it back in. We'll get over one here. This is a good chance for a counterattack, but Dead Moose controls that beautifully well, and Flossie gets a great pop-up and a great chance to counterattack here. And here right into Brave New World. We're going back the other way, back and forth, but with 55 seconds left, we are in golden goal territory potentially.
Ooh, double commit right there, but Constant's not in position for it. He has to half flip. Is he going to get beat to this ball? No, he's going to win in the midfield, but Flossie has the answer. Takes the controlled dribble. Gets cut out by Brave New World. 43 seconds remain on the clock. It's still 0-0. Overtime is looming right now with the way this game has looked so far. Here's Constant looking for the bounce. He's going to get it through too, but Flossie's going to be there with the answer almost immediately, keeping it at least in the blue half for now. Dead Moose not able to make contact. Brave New World just has to get a 50, and Dread's going to continue this into the corner. Once again, beats out another. This is going to be the opportunity, and it's into the near post. Nighthawk going to put the Cobras up 1-0.
That could be the goal to take the series for the Cobras. 24 seconds left to go. You got the lead. If you can just play a good kickoff here and run the clock down, this game, series, and season is all yours. They were first in the regular season, and now they're looking to almost sweep the finals with be a 4-1 score. But Brave New World looking to shut me up, looking to go off the backboard. A pinch across the net, and Dread will clear that out. 15 seconds left to go. The Arctic Wolves need a goal.
They also need boost as Dead Moose with nothing in the tank. 10-9, the clock counts down. This is actually to the midfield. Constance with a chance. He's going to send it wide. They have to dispossess Nighthawk right here, right now if they want a chance. And it's still up. Are you kidding me? They have the opportunity. Here's Constant, gonna take a 50. The ball's rocketing down. It still finds a way up. Dead Moose hits it up. Brave New World giving chase right now as this is boomed over the top of Constant. Can they keep it up? Flossie with a shot on net. It's in. The extracurricular activity goes in favor of the Cobras, and they are your veteran champions.
What a performance from the Cobras tonight. Remember, Visionary, they dropped game one and then they win 4 straight. So even though it took them 5 minutes to get warmed up, when their engines are revving, they were just so solid. And you know, the Arctic Wolves, they made the substitution. It looked good, but they could not hold out for that. When was that goal score? 24 seconds? They held on for so long, but in the last 24 seconds, it slipped away from them.
And I mean, I would call the substitution a success. You didn't win the game, but I would definitely call that a success because the Cobras only have 5 shots on target. So Constant came in and they did their job. There's no doubt about that. So props to Constant for coming in cold, being able to affect the game that much. Unfortunately, the ball just doesn't roll their way. And the Cobras are going to take, again, the veteran championship. Congratulations to them. Of course, we're going to get that finals MVP vote in the chat, but I have to ask you, Cicero, because our opinion matters, right? Who's the MVP for you for the Cobras on this series here?
Has to be Flossie. Has to be Flossie. He had that overtime double touch off the backboard. He had the solidifier here. He was just going for these crazy redirects. You know, Nighthawk and Dread, they had some shenanigans too. They had some solid plays, but whenever I was looking for a solid player from the Cobras to step up, it was always Flossie that came to my mind.
Yeah, I mean, Flossie was definitely the mechanical standout of that series. I got to give props to Nighthawk, though, because he was really the anchor that kept the pressure going 95% of the time. And that allows Flossie to do his mechanical things, right? You have to have somebody that enables mechanical players. And you look at a team like Vitality right now, who has alpha but doesn't have much in terms of mechanics anymore, and they're kind of struggling. So somebody like Nighthawk that's good enough to support Flossie and let him do his own thing, I think that's definitely massive. I think it's one of those understated roles that people don't appreciate enough. So for me, I have to give it to Nighthawk, but that was absolutely massive. Congratulations to the Cobras. And I got to say, Brave, sorry, buddy, but it happened in the exact same way it did to us as we won the first game and then dropped the remaining 4. So history repeating itself, unfortunately, for Brave New World. But all shout outs to the Cobras. They played their butts off this season. And speaking of this season, of course, that's actually going to do it here from us for all